Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do this skin look. So I'm going to take you through exactly how I prime my face, how I do my foundation, how I contour, highlight, and then I'm going to throw lipstick on at the end. So I'm really excited because I'm actually going to be cream contouring today, and I'm going to show you a really easy way to do it. I'm going to show you exactly how I would use a cream contour palette. This skin is so photographic, so if you're going out, it's perfect. It's heavier than usual for me. It's kind of like when I used to do my makeup in the old days. So yeah, if you'd like to see how I create my skin look, please stay tuned. So I've obviously done my eyes already and my eyebrows, so we're just going to go straight into skin. So to prepare my skin, I'm going to use my Mario Badescu spray with herbs, and I actually talked about that in my skincare video as of late, and I really love it. Next is obviously my Bobbi Brown face base that's really nearly ran out this time, but it's okay, I have a cotton bud. So I'm just going to get it all out. So the skin look I'm going for is really glowy. Because I'm going to be using cream as well as powder, it keeps the look really perfect. It's going to look really nice. I did it yesterday and I was obsessed. So if you don't know about this Bobbi Brown face base, you need to, because it's the best and I use it every day. I love it. Next is primer, and I'm going to use the Hangover X Primer from Too Faced. I am nearly running out of this actually. It's a really nice texture. It's got tons of coconut in it, so it smells amazing. It smells really fresh, and it's so nourishing. So I've been using the Bobbi Brown face base with this on top of it for like a good month or something now. And it seems to work the best out of everything I've tried. The next thing we're going to do is foundation, and I'm going to be using the Born This Way Too Faced foundation. So this foundation I've actually not used on camera yet, but I have been using it a whole lot in real life, and I really like it actually, and it goes really nicely on top of that primer. I can do like a pump and a half on my Smith 115 brush, and then I stipple it on all over first. The colour I'm using is light beige. I really like this foundation actually. It wears really well throughout the day. Really nice coverage. It does not look cakey whatsoever. I just really like it. And the reason I did my brows and my eyes first is because today I've got a little bit of glitter on the go. That falls on your face straight away if you don't do your eyes first. It'll just stick to your foundation. And I just wanted this tutorial to be like skin focused. So next thing I'm going to go in with is Shape Tape by Tarte. It is by far my new favourite concealer. It's so nice. And I'm just going to use that under my eyes. And notice I'm leaving quite a big gap between my eye makeup and the concealer. And then I'm going to go down my nose and then onto my forehead as well. And I'm just going to blend that in again with my Smith brush. So I like to use kind of dabbing motions first. So what I'm going to do underneath my eyes is I'm just going to grab my little Real Techniques brush. And that's how I keep my eyes really smoky underneath. Before I powder underneath my eyes, I'm going to cream contour. So I'm going to use the iconic London multi-use contouring set. When I first saw this, I was really excited by this shade right here because it is super ashy, but it's still not too dark, which is great. So I'm actually going to use this first, and I'm not going to map out my face. I'm going to just use it and like build it up. So I'm going to go in with this shade here first and my Real Techniques contour brush. And I'm just going to start at the back of my face next to my ear. And I'm just using the brush to get a nice kind of line almost where I want my contour to sit. And then I'm buffing that line upwards. And then once I've done my cheeks, I like to use the cream product on the forehead. And when you use cream products to contour and highlight, once you set them with powder, they last a really long time, so your skin will last all day. But also in photos, it looks beautiful. It looks really, really nice, giving it a little bit more dimension. And I'm going to go in with my Smith 124 brush, which, oh look, double Jamie, which is the contouring nose brush pretty much. And I'm going to go in with that same shade, and I'm just going to, and then I'm just going to use the side of that brush to smooth that out. And then I like to do a little bit just on the tip of my nose as well. So this works for my nose shape. If you're struggling, I'm not a nose contour expert at all. If you just look up on Google what type of nose you've got and just put contour at the end, it'll show you a really nice way to contour your own nose. But this kind of works for me. I'm going to lock that down a little bit because it's quite heavy. I'm going to go in with this slightly warmer shade here, and we're going to just pop that on top of our contour in our cheeks. It's a wee bit warmer so it kind of helps with the transition. Man, I love this. And then I like to just use my foundation brush, and because it's creams, you can really easily just move the product around. Okay, let's highlight some. So I'm actually just going to go in with the same brush because I've only been using really little amounts of the product at a time. And we're going to go in with the lightest shade right here. And I'm just going to get a little bit of that product, and I'm just going to stipple it on to my cheekbones, under my eyes. And I'm going to blend that in as we go. So I think the most important with this kind of look is to make sure that you are blending. And I find it a lot easier to build it up like this than to draw it all out and then blend it out. And then I'm just going to put that highlight right on my forehead. Nice. And then I'm going to go back in with this warmer shade, and I'm just going to buff that up the cheek again. That's nice. So the next thing I'm going to go in with is the iconic London strobing stick. So it's just like a really nice highlighting stick, but I use it with my sponge. And I'm going to pat this on, and the reason I like this so much is because it's really nice for layering. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to pat this onto my cheek, get that strobe on. But I've got a few trips away soon, and I'm going to be in hot places, and I can see me just using this by itself, and it'll give my skin that really nice kind of luminous look. Healthy AF. So I'm just going to use that on my cheeks. You see that? Glowy. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my highlight with my Becca Opal. Quite extreme, I know. And we're going to use my Zoeva fan brush. So a lot of people say that they struggle layering highlighters, like a cream highlighter and then a powder highlighter. I honestly don't know what it is with my skin, but my skin just accepts highlight in whatever form it wants to come in. So it's something that I would definitely try. I've obviously saw the exact steps I've used to create this pop-in highlighter. Try it. If it's not for you, then maybe just stick to the cream or the powder, but when you use it in little light layers, oh my god, it's incredible. I'm going to use a little bit of this highlight just on the tip of my nose, little Tin Man nose, and then I like to just use a little bit around the centre as well. Keep it full of. Now to hit the contour, I'm going to use the Tarte Park Avenue Princess Matte Bronzer, and the brush I'm using is Mr. Right from Too Faced. I love this brush. See, because it's tapered, it's the best for contouring, which I was surprised at because it's quite big, but watch this. So I'm going to go in with my product. Like, I will definitely be doing this skin. See if I ever know that my photo's going to be taken, or I just want to look real nice, I'll be doing this skin. Oh my god, I love it so much. Okay, so once I've bronzed, so this, I suppose it does kind of set the contour as well. I'm going to go in with my Tarte contour, and this is the Makeup Shayla version. I love this so much. So I've been using this on my eyes for the last wee while as well, but this colour here for just right at the back of my contour is perfect. This wee blusher for a transition between the highlight and the contour, so nice. And then this I use as a powder just to kind of buff out my contour and things. I just really like this palette. I think she should be very proud of herself. So I'm going to first go in with this shade here, and I'm just going to start, I'm just going to put that underneath my eyes a little bit. But see, a little bit of that just to diffuse contour. And then I'm actually going to use the shade here for contouring. So I'm going to go in with the same brush. This is my Smith 112 brush, and this just gets that depth back. Oh my god, it's the nicest colour ever. And then I'm actually going to use a little bit, I'm going to swap my brush back to my Mr. Right brush, the bigger one. I'm going to use a little touch of this highlight blush. To set my under eyes properly, I'm going to use my Mercier Secret Brightening Powder for under eyes. I have mentioned this once before. I use it every day of my life. I love it. It's a really great powder, and I do not crease whatsoever when I use it. So that is the AMO of the GAMO. Yes. Perfect. So if you wanted, you could probably go a wee bit lighter or a little bit deeper, but I'm happy with that. Now I'm just going to chuck a little lip on. Let's do something really weird and different. Let's do a nude. I can honestly tell you that, see this Urban Decay liner, I have gone through about 6 of them. I love them. It's just one of their, I just love them. The only qualm I have is that it runs out quite quickly. Like, it goes blunt, because they're so creamy, it just goes blunt really quickly. So I'm just going to line my lips. And I like to go straight across my Cupid's bow. So I create a straight line there. So I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Stripped. Yeah, it's so nice. It's one of my favourite liquid lipsticks. So I'm going right over that liner. And you'll notice it kind of dulls it down a little bit more. And that's my nude lip of choice for the day. Jamie's top 1,000,000 nude lipsticks. So what we're going to do is we're just going to use a tiny little bit of this Makeup Forever HD powder. This is the powder that everyone is using too much of. Like, they were using the powder to set their entire face, which I just get a little bit and just put it right here. And I don't know if that's what you're meant to do, but everyone was going nuts over how to use this powder. And I was like using a tiny little bit in the centre of my face. It mattifies me down in the centre, it keeps the glow alive. That's all I care about. I would say this is such a nice nighttime look, because if you look, I've got total glittery eyeballs. Super sculpted skin. It's a little bit like the skin I used to do on myself, so lately I've been a wee bit more natural, so this is kind of back to heavy makeup. It is definitely heavy makeup, before anyone tells me I'm wearing too much makeup. I know, and I love it. I hope you guys like this tutorial. As always, I will link everything down below that I have used, and yeah, I'll see you next time.